everybody, this is Angela Savage, the daughter of IndyCar driver Swede Savage. It's time to watch stories from motorsports. My buddy, Doug Kenny, loves to share the journey of people in racing, and he is an amazing dude. Drivers, owners, fans, and team members, watch the SFM podcast.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Stories from Motorsports. I'd like to thank my buddy Josh Mabe for the YouTube work he did years ago that inspired me to create this platform. I'd like to thank my buddy Victor Sifton for convincing me to get back into it after my hiatus from 2017 to 2019. I have a very special treat for you all today with an amazing journey from an amazing racing figure. Drivers, start your engines.
So that means you didn't get to know the Earnhardts and Andy Pilgrim well, or did you?
Well, no, I mean, we got to, I'll put it this way. Andy and Kelly and those guys got to know them a whole lot more than we did, because they were the ones that spent time with them. And quite honestly, it was fun spending time with them. And, so what does spending time with them mean? It would mean, we're to test at Sebring, sometime in like November. We're testing at Sebring for like 3 days or 4 days, and you're standing around, at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the car, we're not even gonna go on the track until 10 o'clock. So you're standing around killing time, and they're standing around killing time, so you end up small talking. So that's the extent that, getting to know. But the guys in the car that Dale and Dale Junior drove with, Andy and Kelly, they legitimately, because they spent time with them. Yeah. They literally, because they worked together, and they were doing a common goal. They were co-driving together, and that's a big deal. We, like I explained earlier, us in our car, we had nothing to do with them. And quite honestly, we didn't want anything to do with them, because our goal and our mission was to do something special, because we wanted to win that race. Yeah. And to do that, we had to beat them. And so we, it was
a competitive thing, right?
Well, no, it wasn't. Yes, of course it was a competitive thing, but it wasn't. It wasn't like that. We want them to do as well as possible, but we knew for us to reach our goal, we'd have to be better than they were.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for sure. And, so they did their thing, we did our thing. But, back to answering your question, we were there, we got along, but in terms of getting to know them, not to the extent that the guys that co-drove with them did, because, they were really the ones that developed the very personal relationship.
Yeah.
That's something that we didn't have.
Yeah. I remember reading that Andy Pilgrim actually was helping out Dale Sr., not just for that race, but for the Daytona 500, and we know it happened then.
Oh, right. Yeah. But, like I explained, that's something that, they, look, it's one of those things. Just because you put guys or people together doesn't mean that they're going to click or get along. Clearly there was something special there with that group of people. Yeah. Which is totally cool, because at that point they've, created, very, very special relationships. So that's awesome. But, conversely, we had that in our car too. We just didn't have the last name Earnhardt, but we won the race.
Yeah, congratulations on that. That was a big win from what I heard and from what Ron once told me.
Sure. No, look, at that point, that was by far the biggest win. It may have been the biggest win in GM racing history in any category, because it was, it's hard to say that, but it really was, because Corvette is their most prestigious brand of any General Motors brand. And the Cadillac guys might have a little something to say about that, but Corvette, for sure in those days was the most prestigious, GM brand. And it was by far their biggest win. And it was and it was not only just the biggest one, it was an important win, because what does important mean? It means that it introduced Corvette racing to the world stage. And that was for the first time that Corvette racing was able to take the international stage and plant its flag in the ground that we're here and we're something to be reckoned with. And it was really from that, even though the program had been going for a couple of years before then, it was that sort of the stake in the ground moment that Corvette racing launched and has never really looked back in terms of its greatness.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit like and subscribe if you did so, and please continue supporting our amazing guest. And everybody, we'll see you next time on SFM.
Hi, this is Ted Warner speaking. While the checkered flag is waved for this program, stay tuned for next week for the next episode of SFM. Thanks to Doug Kenny for what he does for motorsports.